All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another show. Today we'll be talking about the Real Madrid versus Real Betis game that's taking place tomorrow. Um, I also did want to mention that I'm sorry I have been off for a few days now. I would say for the next 2 weeks I will be intermittently on and off on this channel. However, in 2 weeks I will definitely be coming back with consistent videos, and the reason being is that I am moving out to college, um, and hence the reason why I won't be making consistent videos throughout these next 2 weeks. But do stay subscribed because I will, after these 2 weeks, I will be making videos consistently every day, talking about anything involved with Real Madrid. Anyways, on to the topic of discussion. So we're playing Real Betis tomorrow, who are currently in seventh position. I hate to say this, but they're 4 points behind us, which is not much, not much. Um, but you know, Real Betis are have been doing pretty good. Um, as you know, 2 seasons ago they were in the Segunda División, but now they're in the La Liga. They're in La Liga, and they're doing really good. They finished sixth last season, so they got a spot in the Europa League. So this season they're playing in the Europa League, and they have La Liga. Um, and as I said, they're currently in seventh position. It seems like they're doing another good season, and they do give bigger teams a harder time. What I mean by that is bigger teams have a tough time playing against them. They actually beat Barcelona this season 4-3 at the Camp Nou. Um, and Atletico Madrid also had a tough time with Real Betis, barely beating them by 1-0. I think it was a goal from Griezmann, obviously. I can't remember. I don't watch Atletico Madrid. Not a big fan of them, but yeah. So they do give bigger teams a harder time. So we might have a very hard time with them. I think, if I'm not mistaken, last season, Quique Setien um, became coach of Real Betis, and he beat us at the Bernabeu 1-0, um, which kind of goes to show that we weren't perfect last season. We did have our little downsides. But Real Betis were doing really good last season, and yeah, they beat us 1-0 at the Bernabeu. So they are pretty good team, pretty competitive team. This will be a very tough game, not easy by any stretch of the imagination. One thing I do want to say is that um, yeah, like I said, it's just not gonna be an easy game. We can't take any games for granted anymore because of the form we're in. I guess we're in some kind of mysterious form. I guess kind of Real Betis are kind of the same. I mean, they won versus Barcelona. They gave Atletico Madrid a hard time. However, they did have their losses versus easy teams, and I think they lost to Huesca the other time, which they're at the bottom of the league. So it just goes to show that this is a pretty competitive league, but it also goes to show that Real Betis, they are kind of unpredictable. So what else did I want to say? Let's see here. So are we playing at Real Betis? I think we're playing at Real Betis, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just check here. Game away. Let's see. Anyways, I think we're playing away. I think we're playing at Real Betis. It's gonna give us an even harder time. I know that, because I think they've only lost twice there at home, this season. So it will be quite a difficult game. And they have, so currently, yeah, they're in seventh place. They have 7 losses, 5 draws, and 6 losses. So like you can see, they're an average team. It's not super good, but it's not so bad either. Seventh place is pretty respectable. From what I saw last season or under that coach, it seems like they play a little bit more possession based kind of style. And as we can see with the goals for, goals against, it's not enormous either. That's what will happen or tend to happen. And then what else do I want to say? Yeah, the player. I don't really want to talk about Real Betis because it's not. This is a Real Madrid fan channel, but I mean they are relevant because we're playing them tomorrow. Anyway, is in the Asia Cup, so he will be out, which is kind of a good thing. He's a very good player, small but a great dribbler. Can unbalance the defenses, and he does give the hard teams a hard time. So that's good for us. Sidney, one of the center backs for Real Betis, who is pretty good. One of their starting center backs is injured, I believe, and Firpo, which is a fullback. I think it's their right fullback, or their left. I think it might be their left, but he's injured as well. So just a couple of things to look out for, really. So like I said, it won't be an easy game at all. Now on to Real Madrid. A few things that I want to say. So Vinicius missed the Friday session with some flu. So there is a doubt for Vinicius. He might not play that game. We'll just have to see tomorrow when the squad's done and ready. Other players that are not playing tomorrow, Asensio has a knock on his thigh, I think, still, which, huge miss. We need Asensio. I guess it gives Vinicius a chance, but then again, we need a player who just can do something, I guess, in the front line. And then we have Gareth Bale, who's out with some kind of calf injury, I think. Lucas is out because he's suspended from the red card from the previous game. Llorente still has that groin injury. Courtois is out with some kind of hip injury, iliacus muscle, which is the hip. And then Mariano Diaz with the back injury. So we have quite a few players who are injured, and this does not help our current situation at Madrid. However, Courtois and Navas, I think Navas is the better keeper in this case, but other than that, we do need all these players to be fit as soon as possible. And so does that mean Isco is coming back? I hope so, but I just have a feeling that the coach will not put Isco. The coach will not start Isco. And that will be some kind of statement. There will be some kind of statement there. Anyways, so there's lots of injuries. Hopefully they can all recover soon. And then let me go on to talk about what the coach said also, what Solari said about the Real Madrid, about the squad. So the interviewer, one of the journalists asked, is it worrying that your most kind of shining light, if you will, is a player of 18 years old who just came from Brazil? And he didn't really answer the question. He kind of gave equivocated the answer, I guess, if you will. He just said that our squad is 24 players and it's kind of nice to see a youngster coming up. But he didn't really say more than that. And then another journalist also asked about Reguilon, that is cement his place in the starting 11. And he kind of just said that all positions are open. So just kind of gives an idea that no one has really cemented a starting position in Real Madrid, but he does seem to have his favorites. I kind of do see that. And then there was a question about Isco. He's good as well as others. That's kind of what he said. And then he said, we'll see for tomorrow's squad, and it's not closed yet, so we'll see. Again, ambiguous answers, not the answers we're looking for. He's very he gives equivocating answers, and that can be annoying. I'd rather get a straightforward answer, but in football and in press conferences, you will tend to see that a lot. And I think another one of the journalists asked, he said something along the lines of, you remember when you said, I don't like Isco, I love Isco? Then if you really do love Isco, or if you really do love the lad, how come you don't play him? So, then again, he didn't answer the question directly. He just said, I have 24 players at my disposal, and they're all, and he said it's kind of one of the most complicated things to choose, but a player with Isco's experience and qualities, he should be in the starting 11. That's just my opinion. And then, of course, the journalists just started pouring with questions about Isco. Is there any advice for Isco to come back in the starting 11? And he said that there wasn't really advice. 24 professionals in the squad, and he has a lot of experience, and he kind of just tacitly said, or kind of implied, that he should know what to do. Um, that's pretty much what he said. Nothing major, really, but the whole Isco thing, I just don't think he likes Isco. And if he continues at Real Madrid, I think we'll see Isco leave at the end of the season. I don't think we'll see him leave in January, but I do think he'll leave at the end of the season if he's not in the starting 11. So that's pretty much all I have to say. And then maybe I can give a final score line and maybe a starting lineup also. The final score line, what I think. So it's going to be away, right? It's not going to be very much, I can tell you that. I don't want to say we'll lose because I hate to be negative like that. I don't want to be despondent on Real Madrid's season, but we have to be realistic. Real Madrid are not in a very good position. But Betis have been a little bit mysterious this season. But they have given the harder teams, they have given the bigger teams a hard time. So I would say Real Betis, or actually, not Real Betis, Real Madrid will win. Let me think here. I think it's going to be 2-3. I think it's going to be another 3-0 Real Madrid. Sounds actually pretty convincing, but I don't know. Yeah, I think it's going to be 3-0 Real Madrid. The starting lineup, who do I think will start? Now, this is kind of tough because Lucas is out, and usually he plays Lucas quite a bit. So I really don't know who he could play. I mean, Isco almost has to play, really. Let me think. So you have Navas at the back for sure, since Courtois is out. And Casillas seems to be going up to Leeds United. Then you have... At the left back, I'm not sure either. I think he'll play Marcelo just because of the experience. I think he'll go Marcelo, Ramos, Varane, Carvajal. Then in the midfield, I think he'll do Casemiro. Even though Casemiro hasn't been in very good form, I think he'll still go with Casemiro. And then he'll go with Modric and Cruz. Actually, yeah, Modric and Cruz. I think Cruz is not injured anymore. I think he's fine. Actually, Cruz might still be injured. I'm not sure about that one. So it might be Valverde. So either he might go with Cruz if he's not injured, or he will go with... I think he'll choose Valverde over Isco. I don't think he'll play Isco. Yeah, I'm just not sure. And in the front, this is a tough one just because we have so many injuries. In the front, I think he'll play Vinicius if he's available, Benzema in the middle. However, that right-hand side, I just don't know who would play. I mean, we're just completely... We're out of resources, to be honest. Who do I think you could play? Well, let me just check here. Let me check because we don't have too many players for those positions. Well, for the front positions we do, but not at the moment. Brahim Diaz, I mean, he just came in to the squad, so it's not gonna work out. Who could he play? Really? He could always call someone from the Castilla too to play, but that's not gonna happen. So he might play Isco. Maybe I was wrong there. I think he might play Isco, but I'm not sure. He'll try to find a way not to play him, but he might just have to play in this game. There might just be no choice. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then my scoreline prediction, like I said, 3-0. We should win this. However, it's not going to be easy. I can tell you that. Anyway, thanks you guys for watching. That's pretty much all I have to say. Kind of extended it a little. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. So like I said, I will be out intermittently for these next 2 weeks. Hopefully I can make more videos than less, but as you know, these next 2 weeks are pretty big. I have to move all my stuff out. I have to drive out of state, and I just have to move all my stuff into a new place. So there's a lot of work to be done there. But hopefully I can come out with some new videos, and then after these 2 weeks of moving, I will be consistent in my videos. Yeah. So that's all I have to say, really. Thank you guys for watching. Stay subscribed, and see you guys next time. Thank you.